T-Mobile has gone from having some of the worst mobile hotspots and mobile hotspot plans in the industry to perhaps now having the best. We've got the details. Hi, I'm Chris at the Mobile Internet Resource Center, here to share with you some big news from T-Mobile, particularly for those of you who like to have lots of mobile internet data to share. Now, up until now, T-Mobile has had some of the worst mobile hotspot plans that you could find directly from a major carrier. But today, T-Mobile completely revamped these data-only mobile hotspot plans with completely new pricing and new data caps that are very, very interesting. And along with this, T-Mobile has announced a new next-generation 5G mobile hotspot, the Inseego MiFi 5G M2000, and T-Mobile has started to rebrand their faster 5G network as the ultra-capacity 5G network to really distinguish where you should expect to see next-generation performance. So let's go into the details on these three things. First off, the data plans. So T-Mobile's got new data plans that are data-only plans that you can add to existing T-Mobile hotspots, to the new 5G M2000, or to potentially other unlocked hotspots from other carriers. We'll wait and see the exact details when these plans go live next week. But these plans have really aggressive pricing, and the flagship piece of this is a 100 gigabyte plan for just $50 a month. That's actually very impressive pricing for a big bucket of data from the major carriers. But of course, there are always fine print when you have plans like this, so be sure to check our article for the details. We'll be updating them as we dig deeper, but some of the big headline fine print is video on this plan is throttled to 480p DVD resolution, so video is throttled down to a fraction of the speed that 5G is capable of. That will make your data plan go longer, of course. There is no international roaming. There is limited domestic roaming. The thing to always know is these plans are not unlimited plans. When you do use up your data for the month, whether it's 100 gigabytes or one of the smaller plans that T-Mobile is offering, you then go to 2G speeds, basically 128 kilobits per second, so basically unusable for the remainder of the month. So you do have hard caps of the usage you've got. And, well, there's a few other little gotchas in the fine print, so be aware of that. But even taking all of that into consideration, these are very, very attractive plans, great pricing. And, well, that particularly the 100 gigabyte plan, the $50 for 100 gigabytes, that is potentially going to be, it's going to be a limited time offer. We don't know exactly how long that will be available to get that locked in. So look up the details on those plans. Now, these plans are standalone plans. You do not need to have another line with T-Mobile, but also hidden in the fine print is that there might be up to a $40 additional charge depending on whether or not you already have a T-Mobile line. So you don't need an additional line, but it could cost you. They could turn that $50 plan into a $90 plan, which is still not a bad price, but definitely be aware that you might be really wanting to have a T-Mobile voice line as well. Again, stay tuned for the details. These plans will go on sale starting December 13th, so next week, and once they are available, we'll be able to dive into the actual limitations of what kind of devices can be activated and whatnot. Next up, we've got T-Mobile's Ultra Capacity 5G network. This is a new marketing term that is basically T-Mobile lumping together their mid-band and their high-band 5G and just calling any place you can get that part of their Ultra Capacity network. And for the first time, they've published a map that shows you their coverage over the Ultra Capacity network. And this kind of distinguishes from T-Mobile's nationwide 5G network, which they have covering a huge part of the country now, but that network is 5G that is really not much better than 4G, whereas over the ultra capacity 5G network, still in very limited areas but rolling out fast, you can actually really can really see next generation performance. T-Mobile saying people are seeing 300 megabits per second all the way up to a gigabit per second, which is pretty impressive, and, well, will hopefully be spreading out more and more across the country. Now, next up is the device that T-Mobile wants you to use to tap into all of this, and they've announced a new Inseego MiFi M2000 hotspot. This is the Verizon version of it, the Verizon M2100, which we already are testing right now. Verizon's had this out for a while now, and now T-Mobile's bringing out their version at a cheaper price, which is interesting, but there's a catch. So they're very similar, basically the same hardware, but T-Mobile is leaving out the millimeter wave antennas, so it is the T-Mobile version of this hotspot is not going to be compatible with T-Mobile's millimeter wave network, which, unlike Verizon, Verizon is focusing on millimeter wave. It's very important for Verizon. T-Mobile only has millimeter wave in a few cities, and they're focusing on their mid-band, which the M2000 is compatible with. But it's a cheaper hotspot, and, well, going on sale today on T-Mobile. So we'll be diving into what the capabilities of that hotspot are. Now, we've got all the technical specs of the hotspot and all the details of these plans in our more in-depth article, which we are keeping up to date over at the Mobile Internet Resource Center. So please join us there. And, well, this is an exciting day. It's really great to see T-Mobile finally taking mobile hotspots seriously, updating their hardware from old ops. Basically, up until this day, they've only been offering low-end, essentially obsolete Cat4 mobile hotspots. Now they're offering a real true flagship 5G mobile hotspot and, well, data plans that actually encourage people to use a lot of data. So big news for T-Mobile. This might be the start of a 5G and mobile data price war. We'll hope and see what the other carriers do to respond, so stay tuned.
These videos are brought to you by our premium members, our mobile internet aficionados. They make it possible for us to track this news and create these videos. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe to our channel, or better yet, consider becoming a member yourself.